We begin with a new flashpoint in the tense standoff between Alberta and Ottawa. The Premier in Alberta, Danielle Smith, threatening to withhold funding to support new judicial appointments unless the federal government gives the province a say in who is picked. Her move comes as some in Alberta are calling for the province to separate from Canada. Marianne here now with more. And Marianne, as I look at this, Danielle Smith putting these demands into a letter to the Prime Minister. What did it say?
Well, essentially, she wants to see the way judges are chosen in her province to change. And she said she wants more say, her government, that is, to have more say. And if that doesn't happen, as you mentioned, she plans to withdraw the funding that promotes and supports that selection process. So going back to that letter, it was dated January 23rd, only made public yesterday, outlining the desire for her government to have a bigger say in how judges are chosen in the courts in Alberta, as well as in the Supreme Court of Canada. David, she also mentioned she wants to see the rules loosening around judicial appointees when it comes to that requirement for them to be bilingual.
Provincial governments do not currently get a say, a direct say in how judges are appointed. Can you actually explain to us how that happens? Yeah, right now it is the federal government that appoints all judges in courts across the country, but they are given recommendations based on what is said and brought forward to them from 17 judicial advisory committees. Those are made up of 7 people, and you can see on your screen how it all breaks down. 7 people coming from Ottawa, the province, the Chief Justice of that province, as well as 2 lawyer groups, one national and one provincial. Right now, of those 17, David, there is one of those judicial advisory committees in Alberta. Okay, what is Smith saying she wants to do? Okay, so with the one that is already in her province, instead of 7 people, she wants to bring it down by 3, and she wants it to be 4, with 2 chosen from Alberta, 2 from Ottawa. And then that group would come together with a list of potential appointees that would then go to the ministers, and then, of course, would have to be approved and appointed by the federal government. This reverberates in a couple of ways. We have the whole Alberta separatism discussion going on right now. There's also calls within the legal community in Alberta who have looked at some of Smith's suggestions. They don't like it. Can you take us through that? Well, Danielle Smith has been very vocal about her criticism of the court system there, speaking on a Calgary radio station recently, saying that she wants to direct the judges in the courts. Of course, that didn't go over well with the chief justices in her province. But the language here, she's saying that she wants the judicial appointees to really reflect the national unity in her province, as well as the distinct legal traditions. You may be hearing that and wondering, what does that even mean? So we asked that question to the Criminal Trial Lawyers Association, asking them, do they understand it?
No idea what the hell that means. Other than the fact that we tend to have more justices of the Supreme Court of Canada than any other province, I don't know what that means. I went to law school in this province. I've worked here my entire career, and I don't know what is distinct about Alberta as opposed to the rest of the country. I can't tell you. That is an interesting point about Alberta and having a lot of Supreme Court justices. It does sort of ring a bell there. Look, this all is because of this letter from Smith to Carney. Has the Carney government responded? Yeah, we heard from the Justice Minister, Sean Fraser. There was a statement that was sent out from a spokesperson from his office. Take a look at what it says in part. It says the independent judicial advisory committees protect that independence by keeping judicial appointments at arm's length from political influence. So speaking to the importance of that independence, that judicial independence, that's something we also heard from the Chief Justices in Alberta. The NDP also speaking out, saying the courts are already underfunded, so this would have far-reaching effects. All right, Marianne, thanks very much.